Yes, we are live, guys. We are live. So here's a question for you. If you hear everybody talking about Claude, Claude this, Claude that, Claude projects, Claude skills, Claude code, Claude co-work, and you're like, what the heck is going on? Because what tends to happen is people open up Claude, they type in something, and then it sounds like a robot wrote it, or it doesn't make any sense, and they're just like, ugh, that doesn't work. So they close it and they wonder what all the fuss is about. Now, you've probably used ChatGPT or Gemini in the past. And so now you're wondering what the big difference is. And that is what I'm going to show you today, because AI is powerful. It's a critical thinker. It's a support to you as the operator, but you have to set it up right in order to get it to work for you. So quick hello, my name is Lindsay Hack. I am the owner of The Identity Hacker. I'm here to help you make AI and your business work from a visibility perspective, as well as make it sound like you, feel like you, and become you, so that you don't sound like robot generic AI slop that we see out there all the time. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you a Claude 101 interactive guide that I have created. And I've created this because so many people have said to me, Lindsay, I see that you moved from ChatGPT to Claude, which I did. I use ChatGPT a lot for imaging and stuff like that. I love it. But when it comes to actual conversations and thinking partners, I use my Claude in a very different way, much deeper than ChatGPT ever could. So I created a guide to help support people in my AI community, people who ask questions, and I just want to share it with you guys. No opt-in, nothing. I just want to give this to you so that you can see the value and the power of Claude. So Claude 101 interactive guide, if you want it, post below and put 101 and I will send it your way. Nothing, it's just for you to take a look at. So the idea became, so many people were asking me about this, about Claude and why I love it so much. And I've been working really long and hard in Claude with my AI mentor. And it's just been so incredible. The things that we've been able to do, the creations we've been able to do in my AI Identity Lab last week, we had a challenge that was about content and images. So you never have to sit and look at your blank screen again. And the tool. Okay, so really quickly, how to use the interactive Claude guide. You're going to come here and you're going to either build my plan or just show me the guide, either or work. But what tends to happen is people who use Claude don't necessarily have it set up properly. They're more like a vending machine. They put their quarter in, something pops up, and then they wonder why it sounds pretty generic or pretty shitty. And this is why. I'm going to share with you how to set your Claude 101 up so that it stops sounding like everyone else. So first thing you're going to do is come into build your plan. Okay, so where are you right now with AI? So maybe you poke around at ChatGPT once in a while. I use it most weeks. Daily, I want to sharpen it. Any of those will work for you. So let's just pick one. What do you do most with your AI helping with? Creating consistent content, showing up, right? You get to decide what that looks like. And we're going to just finish it out here. So the plan will then interactively tell you what the problem is and where to start. But I highly recommend going through the entire plan just so you can see how to set your Claude up properly. So this one, it said, is the voice, not the effort. It's sounding like yourself instead. We want it to sound like yourself instead of generic. So we're going to come in here. Here's layers to fix it. It's just giving you a little quick idea based on your plan as a weekly user, coach, and wants their voice. Everybody's is going to be a little bit different, but this is the meat and potatoes right here. Is most people know how to use some form of ChatGPT, Gemini, something like that. So you're not starting from scratch. The reason I moved over from ChatGPT to Claude is because there's so many more capabilities for it. Projects, preferences, using it. You know, you hear co-work and code and all of these things, and you're like, what the heck is the big deal? I'm going to tell you right now, this is where the big deal happens. This is how it changes everything. I've been working really closely with my own AI mentor and business coach, and we have done so many things behind the scenes in Claude to make this such a powerful, critical thinker, helper, supporter, kind of like your second brain, and having a conversation with some of the best people in the world. So this is what we're going to do. So here's just to give you an idea. If you know ChatGPT for this, this is what it's now called in Claude. And what does that do? So custom instructions in ChatGPT is profile preferences. It tells AI who you are and how you want to respond in every conversation. Okay, custom GPT is a project. Okay, I feel like projects are so much better than custom GPTs because they're simpler. But again, we're going to show you how to break that down. So then you're going to come down here to the 4 things that change everything.
Okay, this is really the most important part. It's your preferences, your projects, your memory, and your styles. And I'm going to explain each one of those so that you no longer have to worry about over and over and over again telling anything and not sounding generic. All of this plays a role. So if you imagine that's your wallet, your preferences, your projects, your memory, and your styles, they're all available on the free plan. So that's good news. If you do want to go into the some advanced things, then you probably want to go up to the paid advanced, but it's only the next level, so it's still 20 bucks a month. But again, let's talk free first. So profile preferences, who you are, loaded into every conversation. So this is the single highest level leverage thing you can do, and I want you to do it as soon as you get off this live right now. It is the best thing to do. So Claude reads it before every chat that you ever have with it, and then you set it once and it works from there. So you basically, here's your instructions. It's on the free plan and what it's similar to ChatGPT. Okay, so that's what it's going to be. This is actually my example of part of what I have there. Keep it under 400 words. Okay, you can see here what tends to happen is people want to write a whole novel, thousands of words that just get lost. Okay, they want to put specific project ideas in here. No, this is just the overall who I am, who I serve, how I want to be responded to. So direct, practical, strategic, talk to me like a smart friend, not a keynote speaker, challenge my ideas. Not every idea is amazing. My Claude is also programmed to make sure that it stops me when I'm going off in a tangent direction that way, which I appreciate and love. Hard rules, no emojis, no M dashes, no corporate filler, and lead with answers. So this is mine. Copy it, use it, no gatekeeping here, and just, personalize it to you, whatever makes sense for you. If you are somebody who likes to make everything very positive, if you are somebody who likes to add swear words in there, whatever it is, that's where it goes. Okay. Then the next one is layer 2, which is your projects. This is, in my opinion, one of the best pieces of Claude because every project is like a workspace. I have a project for every client I have. My AI Identity Lab. I have a project for Substack and Instagram and Facebook and all of my different areas. Each project has different things that I want to work on, and that's what it is. So one project for your content, one project for a client, whatever it is. Where to find it? Plan gets you free 5 projects. A paid is unlimited. And then you get to go from there. So again, 1 mega project for the whole business. That's where people screw this up, okay? Everything needs to be separated. Don't dump it all together. Uploading everything they own? No. In the project, okay, so you have your instructions. This is kind of what's Claude not to do and what to do. And in your knowledge, they call it the reference library. I call it a filing cabinet. If you work with me one-on-one or in my AI Identity Lab, you're like, wait, what? Filing cabinet, because you imagine you open up the filing cabinet for all the things you need. So I have clients that are one-on-one. I have every WhatsApp messages. Every time we've talked on Fathom, I put the transcript in there. Every coaching call we have, every question they have, I put it all inside the filing cabinet of that project, which means every time I'm talking to them, I have all the information right then and there. Okay, super, super valuable. So if you're going to do nothing else, 1 and 2, that's where you start. Layer number 3 is memory. Claude remembering you without lifting a finger. Okay, so again, projects and preferences are things that you set on purpose. Memory happens on its own. Okay, ChatGPT had this as well, but we're basically building a summary of who you are, who you work with, how you carry on further conversations. Okay, you can read it, edit, and delete it. I highly recommend going into your memory once a month and just seeing what's in there, because sometimes it picks up things from another conversation, another information, and you're like, I don't need that in there. So just make sure that you are looking at your memory. So the projects have their separate memory. Keep that in mind. Projects are separate. But this is if you just open up a chat and start writing, it already has the information there. And then layer number 4 is styles. What Claude says, how it says it. Preferences, projects show you what Claude knows. Styles shape how it writes. So 2 of those, and then bring them together, rockstar, right? So tones, length, format. Those are the things that we want to know when we're getting good content written, good articles written, because we don't want it to sound like everybody else. Here's where to find it. Here's what the plans all included in the free one. And then the style applies to the chat you're in, and then new chats as well. So normal, right, formal, whatever it is you want. This is okay. But the real unlock is when you customize it. How do you do that? Samples, voice, band list, open, and close. This is the ingredients, okay? So writing samples, ones that you've grabbed, a book that you've written from, posts that you've done, bring that in. Voice, transcripts from YouTube videos or lives on Facebook or anything that has you talking in real life. A band list, the fastest way to kill AI sound, right? No emojis, no M dashes, no powerhouse words, no unlock in today's world. I have a whole list of how to be anti-AI writing, and this is going to give that space so that it becomes less AI robotic and more Lindsay, right? And then open and close. How do you hook? How do you link? Opening by naming the gap, never open with a wind up, close with a punch or a question, never a tidy wrap up. So these are just things that you can put in here. So again, here's something you can post. You can literally copy it, update it however you want it, and put it in. So where people screw this up is they expect the style to fix the content. It does not. Style controls delivery, not the substance. So the nicer tone will not save a weak idea, and then they expect one pass to nail their voice. No, we got to do this. We got to get all of this information in here so it really does sound like you. And then here's what you do. You stack it together. Preferences, projects, memory, style, bring it together. The baseline, the focus, the history, the delivery, right? If you put generic in, you're going to get generic out. If you put specific in, you're going to get you out. Every layer you fill is one less thing that Claude has to guess from you. And Claude will fill in the blanks with bullshit, with robotic bullshit, right? So, and then once you put it together, you can build your brand brain. And this is what we did partially in our challenge last week in the AI Identity Lab, right? You're going to set it up so you can copy it every single time. The goal, the project, how you draft, what that looks like, all of those things. And you're going to create a project called brand content. And you're going to write the project instructions. And you're going to upload your guide, your 3 guides. So voice, offer, captions, right? You're going to build a voice, and then you're going to ask, draft 3 captions for my new offer. Okay, that's how quickly we can get this moving. Here's your cheat sheet. You're going to get all of this so that you know exactly where to go. And just remember that if you want more help with this, more support with this is exactly what we talk about inside the AI Identity Lab. So we are focusing on building, not just looking and never doing. So get this. I will post it below, comment 101, and I'll send you the interactive guide. Everything you have is in here. It literally in 10 minutes, you can set up at least layer 1, profile preferences, and then move on to layer 2 and go from there.
The cheat sheet and the information is the same. That is absolutely the same, but how you use it might be different depending on how that person is going to use it. So as you see, there are so many amazing things that Claude has to offer, how it stacks, how it pays off, right? No longer are you thinking, I'm not sure how to use Claude. This is your one-on-one interactive guide. So if nothing else to do, take a look at the guide. As I said, comment below 101 and I'll send it to you. You can do your profile preferences in less than 10 minutes and it changes every chat after that, right? I'm giving you this entire interactive guide. Down below, click push 101 and I'll send it to you. There's no opt-in. I'll just send you the link, paste it in, do it and see what you have to say. Grab that quiz, get the information. And once you're setting it up, if you have any questions, of course, reach out. And for the people who are actually setting this up, they stop sounding like everyone else. And the people out there who are really unhappy about how AI sounds, it's because they're not doing this piece. This is the missing piece. And that is where we're going to change everything. So comment below 101, you'll get your own interactive guide to figure it out. You'll look at your own guardrails and how you set everything up. And I'd love to hear more about it. If you are doing it, what it's come out, share with us. And then of course, if you want a little bit more support, come on into the AI Identity Lab and we can go from there. Anyways, guys, have a great one. See ya.